Right, today I'm playing Magic the Gathering Duels of Planeswalkers 2012. Long-winded title, and again I'll just show you what it's about. So, start the campaign. Tutorial is there for people who want to learn. I'm not quite going to explain everything about how Magic works. I'll probably have another video doing that. Furthermore, I'll probably have more Magic videos in general. So, if you don't know the rules, you'll probably pick them up. Now, I've got Duel of the Planeswalkers on the 360, and it seems to run a bit smoother, and I kind of prefer playing it on 360. So if you have the choice, you've got the 360, you've got the PC, and you've got the PS3, you can buy it on. I would personally say probably get it on the console. Haven't tried on the PS3, but it just plays better. Using the mouse is a bit odd for some things when you could control it all with the keyboard. You can actually control it all with the keyboard, but well, a mouse just seems more intuitive, really. At any rate, so the game is basically playing Magic the Gathering. For those who don't know, it's a card game, as you probably have guessed. Each card has a mana cost at the top, and we need lands, like planes for example, to play them. At the moment I've played down two creatures. I don't know if you could read that, but there's a 2-1 there, which is my Elite Vanguard. 2-2 I've just played down. And he has a 1-1. These numbers at the bottom. So if I should attack my 2-2, which I do by clicking on him, then I'm going to do 2 damage to Cough, who's the guy I'm playing against. And he's currently got 20 life. So if I do 2 damage, that's obviously 18. However, if this 1-1 blocks me, which he probably will do, let's see if he does. No, maybe not. If he blocked me, he'd do 1 damage to my 1 defense, and we would kill one another, and no damage would get through to Cough. So your creatures do damage, but they're also here to protect you, because it's these numbers here, the 18 Cough has, the 20 I've got down here, which are important. If we go to 0, we die. Right, so I'll just continue playing. So aside from attacking, certain cards have additional abilities, like Gideon's Lawkeeper, who I've just played down. This means pay 1 white mana, that's the planes, tap, which basically means turn sideways. If you turn something sideways, it can't attack. And I can tap a target creature, which means to turn sideways. It's all a bit arcane for those who possibly haven't played Magic before. Right, I'm just going to attack again. Now, if he blocks my 2-1, as I said before, we'll kill one another. If he blocks my 2-2, he'll stop me from hitting him, but his 1-1 will die and my 2-2 will live. But he's not blocking. It's possibly because I've set this on the easiest, just so I can actually win games as opposed to losing, and that doesn't really show you much of the game. Right, this is a very nasty card, because while he starts off on 1-1, there's 2 important things to note. First thing is the first strike. That means he does damage first. So if I was blocking my 2-1, then he would do his 1 point of damage, kill my guy, before my guy was able to do the 2 damage back. So he's very deadly. The second part, as you can probably read, that's a lot more scary. When any creature dies, it gets a +1/+1 counter. That means that 1-1 becomes a 2-2, 3-3, continue on. So, the longer he's on the board, generally the more powerful he gets, and this first strike makes him a very scary card to play against. So now he's sending out his 1-1. See, if I block him, doesn't matter which of these two. Sorry, this is showing something about tapped. These 2 cards are tapped because they attack, these 2 aren't. I cannot defend with tapped cards, I can with the untapped cards. So yeah, if I block him with either my 1-1s, we're going to do 1 point of damage each. They're both going to die, and that's going to get 2 counters on that, making it a 3-3. Now at that point, I don't have anything which can block for 3. You can use multiple creatures to block with if you wanted. But, sorry, yeah, you can use multiple creatures, so if you did have a 3-3, I could block him, say, a 2 and a 1, but frankly, I would rather take the damage, the 1 point of damage, than make that 1-1 any more scary. Especially saying first strike at a scary keyword. Right, I'm just playing our creatures. There are more cards than just creatures, but unfortunately I'm not drawing any, so you can't really see how this works. Right, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pay this 1 mana, tap Gideon's Lawkeeper to tap his Elemental. So this means both of his creatures are tapped, he cannot defend, so he's not able to now block one of my guys with a toughness of 1 and make the Elemental more powerful. So I'm just going to swing for 5, 2, 2, 1. Okay, that destroys artifacts when it comes into play, however there's no artifacts on the board. I'll point them out when I see one. So he's swinging with his 1-1 again. If I block, he's going to kill it straight away. I'm not even going to kill the Rock Elemental because of that first strike. So I'll just take the 1 damage, because he's down to 9, I'm now down to 18. And I've got a lot more creatures on the board, so frankly, I am winning. Right, again, before anything else, I'm just going to tap his 3-3. So he does have a blocker, so he will be able to kill one of my guys if I attack. I need to decide whether I want to attack or not. If I attack, then obviously he'll block with one of his 1-1s against one of my guys with a toughness 1, sorry. Making that a 3-3 elemental, but frankly, I'm just going to go for it. Actually, no, hold that guy back. So he has to go for one of my 1-1s as opposed to my 2-1. Obviously, it's a lot more beneficial for him to go for my 2-1 because it does twice the amount of damage, but I'm holding that back so I can defend, hopefully. Actually, I may have calculated this wrong. I was going to say, hopefully I can defend with my both of these two, but that's not going to work because he's a 3-3, not a 2-2. Oh well. So yeah, now we can see he's a 3-3. These little tokens here, the symbols at the left-hand side show you different keywords. So that's the symbol for first strike. So I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, depends on how high resolution you're playing with, but you can see symbols and quickly tell what the card does without having to zoom in and read all the text on it. For something like Gideon's Lawkeeper, you do have to zoom in to see what it does. Right, he's swinging with 2 guys. Now, I could block with both my 2-1s against this 3-3, the one without the first strike. I will lose both of my guys because he does 3 damage, so you can split the 3 between the 1 and the 1. However, I'm doing 4 damage in total, so I will kill him. Now, if I was to block this, he would do his 3 damage first, he'd kill both of my guys, and that would be the end of that, and he'd become a 5-5. Actually, that's a good point, because if I block his 3-3, then I'll lose 2 creatures, he'll lose 1, I'll become a 6-6, so I'm just going to take the 6 damage. It's a moderate amount of damage to take, but he's only got 6 left. Gideon's Lawkeeper can tap his 1 defender, which again I'm just going to do straight away, and then I can swing for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's just me counting the cards. So yeah, I should do 7 damage. Yep. And you can see, I've downloaded this for Steam, first achievement, although I have played this quite thoroughly on my Xbox. So, winning the first match, I unlock Strength of Stone. That was the deck I was playing against. And because I also won, I unlock a card. Each deck, I'll quickly show you this. So in the deck manager, you can look at all the decks you got. Now you start off with 2, which is Apex Predators, which is green. Wielding Steel, which is white. And now I've unlocked Strength of Stone. And if you can see at the side here, it also shows cards unlocked. So I've unlocked 1 card out of the 16 cards I can do. You start off with a 60 card deck. It goes up to... I'm not sure if it actually goes up to 76, or whether they add in more land. Land's the mana, which I was using to play all the spells. So here you can modify your deck, and I'll just quickly reset the deck. So here's the 1 card I just won. I'm not going to go into details, but I can just add it to my deck by clicking on it. When you get a new card, it automatically gets added into your deck. Now, you must always have at least 60 cards in your deck. Now, in the old Planeswalkers game, you couldn't take away cards, which weren't cards you sort of won, but if I so desired, and I decided I didn't want that card, I've got 60 cards in my deck, but I've removed 1 which was initially in. But I'm just going to leave it. And, yeah. So, in the basic game there are 10 decks. Different colors, each deck has a certain color, and the different colors sort of give different themes about how the decks play. Now, I was playing white, which is all about sort of having small creatures that can fly. I don't think you saw any, but that means they can sort of ignore defenders unless the defenders themselves also fly. With a red deck, it tends to also be about little creatures doing lots of damage, and I don't think you saw any spells. This kind of was a poor representation of what red normally does, but it's about doing spells which cause damage, so he could have killed creatures outside of combat. And green is basically about having really big monsters. Right, let me show you campaign. So that's Koth. He's the first one beaten. Now, after that, I can go around in these circles to fight either Garruk, who's the green deck, or Tezzeret, who plays a white, blue, black deck, but that's kind of misleading. He plays artifacts, which are sort of these colorless creatures which work in a different way. Each of these decks sort of are built around a particular theme. Koth's about about powerful creatures which kind of hit hard. Garruk's about really big creatures which hit hard. Yeah, actually, they're actually kind of similar in this game. Tezzeret's about these artifacts, and they use a keyword called Metalcraft, which basically means the more artifact. Well, if he has 3 or more artifacts in play, then he gets benefits. Now, this is the tutorial, so these other little dots are challenges. I think I'll show you one quickly. Now, the challenges generally mean you got 1 turn to win the game. So here it says, Kiora has 6 life while I have 1. I need to stop her attack and then defeat her. Right, so she's swinging with a 1-2. Now, I've only got 1 blocker, which is this 2-2, so I can block and kill. So I guess I will do that. Now I need to do 6 damage. Right, first things first, I'll play my mountain, red mana. I'll attack. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry, move on to the... Right. I'm attacking with both of these. Now, she has a spider, and the symbol means reach. Reach, well, this creature isn't flying, unlike these two, which you can see by the fact they're hovering and they've got these wing symbols. Normally, these would fly over defenders. However, with reach, it has the reach to block creatures that are flying. So it doesn't fly itself, but it can still block flying creatures. So what's going to happen? The spider will block one of my flying creatures. And then I'll go to this other one. Furnace Swap has an ability which if I spend 1 red mana, it gets extra attack. So I'll give it 4 extra attack. That makes that a 6-2. 6 will kill her. And the spider will kill my other whelp, but that's not important if I win the game. And that's a challenge. Another achievement. So yeah, the game has a number of battles, which you kind of saw in that grid. So if you beat Garruk and Tezzeret, you move on to Kiora. Once you beat her, you've got 2 more decks, and 1, 2, 1, and finally Karn. Also, all these challenges in between. However, there are 3 campaigns. There's the campaign. The Revenge campaign is sort of a harder variant. When you're fighting these guys in the initial campaign, they have 60 card decks. Revenge, they have the 76 card decks. So they've basically unlocked all their cards. So you're going to see more powerful spells, more powerful creatures. And it is a lot harder, trust me. Arch Enemy, I can't show you in this video. I'll show you in a future video. But it's a 3-on-1 variant. It's you and 2 AI fighting a normal deck, but it has a sort of secondary deck, which it uses to become quite scary, and the 3-on-1 element becomes fair because this deck just increases the power of the one player significantly. But I don't have time to show you that, because I'm still restricted by these 50 minutes from YouTube, so I'm going to have to leave it here. However, I will undoubtedly come back with another video later to show you Arch Enemy, and potentially what the game looks like in with more complex decks.